For this experiment, you'll need dilute sodium hydroxide solution, dilute crystal violet solution, 2 graduated cylinders, 2 100 milliliter beakers, a large beaker with some ice, some cuvettes, a temperature probe, a vernier colorimeter, the LabQuest Mini interface, and a computer that runs Logger Pro software. Connect the LabQuest Mini interface USB to the USB of the laptop, then connect the colorimeter to channel 1 of the interface and connect the temperature probe to channel 2. Then, on the laptop, open Logger Pro. Go to File, Open, and from the Advanced Chemistry with Vernier folder, scroll down to experiment number 35, Activation Energy. Measure out 10 milliliters of the crystal violet solution and 10 milliliters of the sodium hydroxide. Pour those into 2 small 100 milliliter beakers, and then put those beakers into a shallow ice water bath that you've prepared earlier. Those 2 beakers will now sit in this ice bath for several minutes. The temperature probe is in the ice bath, and I can read its temperature in Logger Pro. Take a clean cuvette and fill it 3/4 full of distilled water. Put the cuvette into the colorimeter, close the lid. Make sure that the colorimeter is reading at 565 nanometers of wavelength, and then press the calibrate button. When the light stops flashing, the instrument is calibrated, and you'll see that the absorbance on the screen is close to 0. Take the 2 solutions out of the cold bath, pour them together, give that a stir, put it back into the water bath, and measure the temperature inside the flask. Let it stabilize for 1 minute. After 1 minute, note what the temperature is. Pour the solution 3/4 of the way into a cuvette. Put that cuvette into your colorimeter, and then press collect. Over the course of a couple of minutes, the purple reaction solution has lost its color, and you can see on the absorbance plot that this is linear, and it shows that my purple solution has now become essentially colorless. Rather than download this information and analyze it, we're going to allow Logger Pro to do the work for us. So I'm going to go to Data, New Calculated Column. I'm going to call this column LN abs. This will be the natural log of the absorbance. I'm going to click in the expression pick out function, go to ln for the natural log, and then in my variables, I'm going to pick absorbance. Done. Now I'm going to click back onto the graph itself, and instead of this graph reading absorbance over time, I'm going to have it read the natural log of absorbance. I'm going to have to auto scale my graph in order to see where the new line is. The slope or gradient of this line, the plot of the natural log of absorbance versus time, will reveal the rate constant. So if I go to linear regression and click, it will tell me the value of the slope. Now, because this slope is downward, it has a negative value. The value of k will be the positive value of this number. Record the rate constant you've just determined at the temperature that the experiment was performed in. In the ice bath, go ahead and add a little room temperature water, and then perform the experiment again at a new temperature.